And President Ezra Taft Benson taught with great power that the Book of Mormon, which is the keystone of our religion, came forth out of the earth in fulfillment of the Lord's pronouncement to Enoch. And the Father and the Son and the angels and prophets appearing to the prophet Joseph Smith were directed by heaven to restore the necessary powers to the kingdom. The prophet Joseph Smith received revelation after revelation, and as we know, the church that we have today, the foundation was built on that continuing revelation, which was such a new thing. And obviously, we understand through the history of the church the trials and tribulations, and ultimately the martyrdom of Prophet Joseph Smith that he had to submit to in order to fulfill the Lord's will and his designs for the restored church to become available again on the earth, and again those powers and keys to continue the revelation in our modern day. We are truly blessed, not only from the foundation of the prophet Joseph Smith, continuing on from all of the subsequent prophets after him, to our modern day prophet of President Nelson, that we have received integral and very powerful revelation. And I know that we're always looking for more, especially in these days, that to help us to know, are we on the right track? What do we specifically need to do in certain situations that we come across? And not only will we continue to receive the revelation that we as a church need in these latter days, that we are very much blessed to be able to have that formal revelation at our fingertips through the blessings of technology and the internet. We can go and find almost any topic that we can think of, revelation, continued revelation in our day, to continue our study and help us to receive answers to our individual prayers, and to continue to receive that direction that we're always looking for, especially in these uncertain and often scary times. Some revelations are of monumental importance, and others enhance our understanding of essential divine truths and provide guidance, as I mentioned, that we're often looking for. We are incredibly grateful for the revelation to Spencer W. Kimball that extends priesthood and temple blessings to all worthy male members of the church in June of 1978. He goes on to talk about how the temple is a sacred place that revelation often is given to the members of the Quorum of the 12 and other leading and guiding components of our church and people who are serving within our church, and that a lot of the profound things that come down the pipeline start in the temple through prayer and people meeting in a conscious way to receive that revelation. And in our own lives, that's exactly where we go to receive our own revelation, in the temple. That is the most sacred, holy place that we can leave the things of the world behind, and we can quiet our minds, open up our hearts, and that the Lord may more fully pour upon us our own personal revelation, or to help us gain testimony of revelation from the prophets that we have received. And I definitely have a testimony of the revelation and the inspiration that can come when you are in the temple. I know so many times that I have received answers and peace and guidance within the halls of the temple. And we are very, very blessed to be able to have those in our modern day. And many of us are definitely feeling the lack of that in our lives as we've had to adjust the way that we utilize the temple. But that will be but a moment, and the temple work will move forward, and that we'll be able to attend the temple, and we can try our best to do the same things that we would do in the temple, and find holy places and clear our minds and make it possible for us to continue to receive the profound revelation that we need in our life, in our own homes, in other spaces, until we can more fully benefit from the blessings of the temple once again.